Welcome. I hope you enjoy the conversation you're about to hear between me and another comedian regarding comedy and religion. These are conversations I'm calling Disorganized Religion. God bless, and for those atheists out there, may nothing await you after this life.
There we go.
Now we're cooking.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, welcome.
It's all about that picture.
Welcome to today's episode of Disorganized Religion. I'm here with Nick Wuthrich.
That's the name?
Were you confused about the name?
Yeah. What was the name the last time I did this?
Sleep Talk.
Ah.
Yeah.
Was that the one where you were like, I'm going to bring you a snack at midnight or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the original idea. It's evolved a little bit.
Okay.
So I'm going to put both of these. I'll put the audio of your first one up. It's already been released, but we'll put it out as a teaser.
Okay, cool.
And then we'll do this one on Sunday.
Yeah.
This is when this will
We'll
come
tease
out.
you for 4 days. And then,
It's going to be great.
you know,
And
listen more.
we're joined by your significant other, Katie Dembesky.
Dembesky.
Hello.
Katie
Katie.
Dembesky. And you guys have been together for how long now?
Almost 2 years.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep, 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing it. We live
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Even though we're not married because we're bad Catholics.
So are you still practicing Catholics?
Define practicing.
All right. You go to Mass every week?
Right? No.
No,
Does
not every
any
week.
Catholic in 2019 go to Mass?
I mean, the really good ones.
I mean, the priest.
But that's for...
We go on sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, but
Mm.
yeah.
But-
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Gotta keep up with the
I
music.
like, you know what? Yeah, I got to keep up with the music and the changing text and stuff.
Do the
Keep
hymns
up.
change?
Yeah.
Really?
Depending on where you are, because we went to like the LA Cathedral for Easter,
Uh-huh.
and we were like, "What the was going on?"
Really?
They changed
It's very
everything.
different.
It's all this weird modern Jesus is my boyfriend kind of stuff,
Interesting.
which is normally like more Protestant, your kind.
Yeah, right.
You
Right.
guys, like, yeah,
Classic
You're
hymns.
like trying to seduce Jesus with your music. But our stuff is like very chanty. But like you go to these more urban Catholic churches and they try to go all
Oh, more...
weird.
Rock.
Like not even like rock, just weird. Like what are they singing songs? Like it sounds kind of classical,
Yeah.
yet kind of modern, but it's neither of both. It's
Interesting.
neither. Is that
Interesting.
neither of both. That's not even.
Neither of
I don't
both.
think that's
It's
gonna be
neither.
different. Yeah, it's neither.
It's neither of
It's
the
neither.
same. It's neither of the same thing.
Yeah.
I just realized I should probably start
Check
a
your
timer.
fantasy-
Because otherwise, I
check
would
your
just
fantasy
talk to you
teams.
both for forever.
Yeah. We can do that.
So, yeah,
We've
that'd be
done
fun.
that. We've been known
We
to
have.
be here forever.
For a long time.
Yes, this is sponsored by Chick-fil-A.
As
They
a good...
hate the gays, but they love chicken. Am I right?
If only the gays ate more chicken, it
Yeah.
would be better,
They would have,
right?
Yeah, they would have the winning hand. That's how you
Indeed.
get them. The gays should collectively buy out Chick-fil-A. We call it Chick-fil-Gay.
Wow.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah, that would be
down.
good. And it would. What would the slogan be?
I have no
Eat more
idea.
dick?
Yeah, sure. But what about the... See, here's the thing, though. Doesn't that feel like we're leaving out the lesbians?
Oh,
We got to think about
clearly.
that, too.
So just
gotta
leave
be
it the
fair.
same. Eat
Yeah.
more chicken.
Eat more chicken.
Yeah.
You know, eat more chicken and fuck the guy, the old guy who didn't like the gays. What do you call the anti-gay?
There was just
Fuck
one.
the anti-gay.
There was just one
the
guy.
anti-gay.
The
singular.
homophobe.
Yeah, fuck homophobia.
Yeah.
Eat chicken.
Yeah.
Now it's cool to eat chicken. Have
Right.
you heard
It's the
Jen
healthy
Kober's
thing.
bit?
No.
Jen Kober is a great comic.
Yeah.
She's a lesbian comic from Louisiana, and she talks how she says it's hard being gay when you're from Louisiana because there's a Chick-fil-A on every fucking corner.
Oh, I see. So solidarity is tough.
And then
Yeah.
she says, I'm fat first and gay second. And
As
I'm
long-
like, I feel that.
That's nice
So I
priorities.
get it.
That's
I get
good.
it.
That's good. Oh man. Now Nick, how long you've been doing comedy? Quite a while.
Yeah. I think the first time it's about 6 years
Mm-hmm.
from the time I first did an open mic back in Austin, Texas. And then I decided I didn't like stand-up as much as I liked improv and sketch. I
Right.
studied improv and sketch for like 2 years, moved out here to
Uh-huh.
LA.
Uh-huh.
To go to Upright Citizens. I can't talk. The Upright Citizens Brigade.
UCB.
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 Yeah, that's easier. Why don't
Yeah,
we
well, I
just
don't know
go-
why you didn't-
Everyone here knows what UCB is. Why didn't I just say the acronym?
You were being clear. It's nice.
But I came out here to do that, and then I got a day job at Flappers Comedy Club, and just being around the stand-up, it got me into the stand-up thing.
Oh,
so,
interesting. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why did you do the first open mic in Austin?
Because that's where I lived.
But I mean, why would you go to an open mic?
Oh,
I guess.
I just wanted to give it a try.
Yeah.
Here's what happened. I was working at an office. I got to back up a few years. Like, let's give you the full backstory.
Yeah.
We have an hour or however much time we have.
Renting your house by the.
Yeah. And so I got into law school.
Yeah.
Right out of college. But I got the school I really wanted was Syracuse, and I got there. So I was already into St. Mary's and a few other schools. I was ready to go for the fall if I had to, but I wasn't real sure about that school. And I got into Syracuse like July 10th, and school started.
Did they waitlist you, or they just?
I guess I was on the wait list, and they found out at the last second or something, right?
Jeez.
And I found out because my roommate texted me like, "Oh, hey, there's a huge box from Syracuse."
And you're like, what?
And I was like, what? And anyhow, it wasn't enough time to move to New York.
Yeah,
Within
but
like a month.
why Syracuse?
I really liked. They have a very good law school. They're about to build a brand new, and I think they have now like a brand new law facility. It was in New York. It was not New York City, but it's like still in the state of New York. So you could pass the New York bar and practice in the state.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's like I was really interested.
So
in
you're looking
law.
for proximity
Entertainment
mostly.
law.
Uh-huh. Oh, I
That was
see.
my jam.
I see.
And then I went. So I had to defer my admission because it was too soon. When deferring, if you're not, he's a lawyer, he gets it.
Yeah.
Deferring your admission means you pay a deposit of like $1,000 and they hold your seat for the next year's class.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Wow.
And in that time, I worked for a law firm and worked for a senator and realized I don't fucking want to do this, So I spent like a few years like, man, my whole college career, I was like, I want to go to law school. I want to be a lawyer. And I still do have a passion for the law. I just didn't like the everyday. That's why you quit.
Yeah.
And
Retired.
And how many retired?
I'm retired. I'm a retired attorney. I'm 32. I'm going to be 33 on Friday.
How am I older than you? You seem so much more mature.
Thank you.
Kids.
It's kids.
It's why you look 50.
Yeah. Mike Perkins and I are the same age.
No.
Yes.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Perkins looks 19.
I know. It's because he doesn't have children.
He doesn't have children.
Yeah.
And I like Perkins.
Shout out to Mike.
Hi, Mike Perkins.
Mike Perkins.
You've
Reviewing
been here.
Reviews. Check out that podcast.
Review. We're going to review. I want to review the podcast.
Their
that
podcast?
Reviews. Reviewing reviews. That's our
The
next,
Inception.
That's the next big
I'd like
thing.
it. We could do
Inception.
that.
Planting reviews.
He and
inside.
DJ Demers.
No. Isn't it Demers?
He says Demers.
Does he?
Yeah, I thought it was Demers.
I thought it was DJ Demers.
I think he needs more E's in his name.
I think so. I think we all say it.
Damaris.
DJ taped a podcast on that table with me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Lots of podcasts in this house.
This is a good house. Good spot.
This is the first one we filmed, though. It's a good filming spot.
Yeah.
So, where the hell was I talking? Oh, yeah. I went to,
Why
I
you
worked for a
didn't do law
senator,
school? Yeah.
And I got fired from the senator, though legally I was not fired. Legally, it was like,
a letting
you've
go.
worked 9 months. We decide not to continue your whatever.
Your 9-month contract.
Whatever. Yeah. So legally.
So they didn't have to pay you severance or something?
I can legally say I wasn't fired. Because
I
it
see.
was like a
we're
not
letting
going beyond your probation.
Yeah.
But
they fired you.
And I'm glad.
Their loss.
Like at the time, I was really pissed off, and I was like,
Sure.
man, I already hate law. I was starting to dislike that as a career and all this. So I spent a couple years like soul searching. And here's the thing: after I got fired, wink, wink, I got to go on unemployment, which is why definitely it wasn't. Typically, if you're truly fired, you can't go on unemployment. But I wasn't. Truly
Interesting.
Fired. I did that for 9 months.
Wow.
And although it was kind of stressful, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was like awesome.
Yeah.
Because it was just all this free time, and I got like super. I mean, I did all this
Right.
creative shit. I started a bullshit website for like a year.
Is that right?
Yeah, and it was really. It was weird because I'm like, man, I'm kind of depressed because I'm out of work, but at the same time, it was like the happiest time.
Yeah. So liberating.
In my life, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got a job right after that, and there was okay. And anyhow, there was a stand-up comic. His name was John Buseman, and he worked the front desk at this place I was working. And I'm sitting behind the front desk one day, and he looks at his phone. I remember this moment vividly.
Yeah.
He looks at his phone. He goes, "Oh my God, my friend Noel just made the cast of Saturday Night Live.
Wow.
And his friend was Noel Wells. And so I was like, who the hell is Noel Wells?
Yeah.
And I go and I Google Noel Wells, and she's very funny. And I go and I look up all these sketches and stuff.
No Asian accents, I'm guessing.
No,
in her
she
past.
did. She actually, got to tape the first
She
episode.
did it. She made it.
She did get fired the next season, which sucked. It was that season they hired like 6 people.
Oh.
And she was ridiculously talented. They should have fucking kept her. But they kept Kyle and Beck.
Huh.
Kyle Mooney and Beck, which they're fantastic. But it was just weird that they,
got rid of her.
Yeah, she was great. And so was Mike, the other guy. There were so many Mike.
I don't know.
I know too many
Which
Mikes.
Mike are you talking
The
about?
short, little, thin, gay Mike. Wow. Funny guy. I've seen him at UCB since. Freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
And anyhow, so I go online and I'm watching her sketches.
Mike Birbiglia.
No, not him. Damn, it's gonna bother me. It's not Michael Bryan because he was the writer and he was still funny, but this other guy was something.
You'll think of it.
I think that's his name.
We'll start talking to
Maybe it's
Katie.
not even
I'll
Mike.
talk to Katie, and
Maybe
while I'm
it's
talking to
Jason.
Katie, you'll think about it. It'll come to you.
But yeah, so I go online, I'm watching this girl's videos.
Yeah.
And I'm like, these are very funny. But what I was thinking in my head at the same time is the stuff me and my buddy Victor and Alden, when we hang out and we talk about all these ideas of what we make, I was thinking in my head, like, I think we could match this.
Yeah.
Not necessarily we could always beat it, but we could match it.
Yeah.
And if she could do it, and she went to the same school, the same improv program, knew all the same people I did.
Interesting.
And grew up where my family owns a restaurant. She was like valedictorian at Victoria High School.
Oh, cool.
My family owns a restaurant there, Fasadi's. If you're watching this, Noah. But no, and I think she inspired a lot of people from the Austin community.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my God, if she can do it.
Oh, sure.
I can do it. And then my level 1 improv instructor, who I had in Austin, Pierce Purcelli, he knew Noelle. He had done like sketches with her.
Yeah.
So he was really inspiring. Encouraged me to eventually move out here. And then now he lives out here.
No kidding.
And we hang out from time to time.
Interesting.
So it's, that was the whole path of, me wanting to, weave my way out here and get into improv and sketch. And then I got here and somehow got into this depressing stand-up show. All of you are so sad. Why are you so sad? Take an improv class and laugh.
But I mean, how did you make the move from improv to stand-up?
Because I came out here
Yeah.
and I got a day job at Flappers Comedy.
Oh,
and so I was just around it 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
And they taught classes. And by the way, I don't normally pitch classes because I think almost every stand-up class in this town sucks. But seriously, Ken Pringle's class at Flappers, and I'm not blowing smoke up your ass because I work there. Ken Pringle's class at Flappers is amazing, and I recommend.
I mean, you
that
no
to
longer work at Flappers.
I know. I haven't worked there in
an
almost a
unbiased
year.
opinion.
And I don't recommend Flappers for everything. But Ken Pringle's class at I'm telling you,
good.
Every time I see a comic who has the stage presence but doesn't have the jokes, I'm like, go take Ken's class because he's like a freaking college professor.
Yeah,
of comedy. He breaks it down into all these fucking charts and like how to. I mean, he's incredible.
Yeah.
And
So is there one form you like more at this point than the other, or? I mean, do you enjoy improv still? Do you try to still do improv stuff?
Improv. And I did it for so long. I don't want to do it every day,
Yeah. Doing the same stuff
few,
gets old.
I got lucky, and I do mean lucky. I got on this Flappers for like a year and a half, had a house improv team.
Uh-huh.
And I swear to this day, I only got on it because I worked there. Because the talent around me was insane.
Yeah, you're talented too. Though.
I know.
You shouldn't.
These people like blew me away. They were like from the groundlings and shit. So they elevated
like a huge background for them. Yeah.
Like they make me. Some people, I'll get off stage and people are like, "Oh man, you're amazing," but in my mind, I'm like, I was amazing because they were.
But that's the beauty of
amazing,
improv.
And I'm just,
is that it takes everybody.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm telling you, they're awesome. And so, I got every once in a while, I still perform with a couple. I actually am doing tomorrow night at Flappers.
Oh, nice.
Uncle Clyde's Comedy
Fest, fun. The end, the tallying of the votes.
Yeah, we just kill.
Yeah.
Every time we play.
Yeah.
And part of it's because I don't get to do improv all the time, so I really treasure it when I do.
Right.
But, let me tell you, bad improv is
the best.
I'd rather see that stand up any day than bad improv. Because as you know, Katie and I run a weekly show, Gigglebash, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. at ACME Comedy Theater in
Such
North
a good
Hollywood.
show. It's such a good show.
It never ends. Thursday is our 69th show.
Wow. Are you gonna do anything fun for that theme?
We had a good friend of ours who we found out sick, and so we've been we were gonna do like, I really want to do like strippers and like do it up.
Right.
We've had kind of a rough few weeks on.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, let's back off.
Paul couldn't make it to dance or something.
Paul couldn't make it. Paul Moonjean couldn't make it to get naked. And,
it's a shame.
But we kind of pulled away from that. We're like, well, maybe not. We'll do because we always do something big every 25 shows. So when 75th is 6 weeks away.
Yeah. So you just wait there.
I think it's the show after. I guess a little longer away. It's a show after Thanksgiving. I think.
Okay.
The 75th.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, see what's on Gigglebash.
What is on Gigglebash?
The stand-ups. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What is the show?
What is the show? Yeah.
What is the show?
It's a variety show, and there's Lord knows what's on it each week. Like.
Yeah. Well, you have stand up.
Yeah, we have stand-up, improv, sketch. My favorite thing to put on is characters, because we have a few people who have come from
French
the Groundlings and French accent. Who's if you
is
haven't
that
watched
not the
his video
characters
where
you're
he got 3 X's on America's Got Talent and then turned that into a standing ovation.
Yeah.
And he's my favorite person to if I know we're gonna have a lot of strangers in the audience.
Yeah.
One of my favorite people to put on the show.
He's great
because they never know what the hell they're watching.
Yeah.
And they love him by the time he gets off stage. And
How can you not love Kevin Bennett?
He's great.
You have to.
Don't say
him.
his real name.
Does he not want his real name? He's on social medias with his real name.
He doesn't care. But I love putting the characters. We have Eric Schinzer, our good friend from the Flappers improv team, and that guy just, we never know what crazy shit he's gonna come. He never screens it by us. So my favorite thing is like
You're surprised.
I have no idea what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
And the last time he was there, he dressed up like a hooker and kept yelling at the audience to call some number.
Yeah, to call his cell phone.
But he didn't say it was a cell phone. It's like, for a good time, you need to call 818-215, blah, 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 blah.
And then
nobody did anything.
them.
He goes, for a great time. He did that like 10 times until somebody in the audience called the fucking number.
And it was his.
And it was his.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and then every time, it's something just way out of... I mean, Eric, he auditioned for SNL. Like the guy
is that right?
Incredible. But you never know what crazy shit he's going to pull out of left field. And I never get,
Yeah.
It's one of those people I get so excited. And then, what's the other girl? Elizabeth, is it Hauer or Hauser?
I think it's Hauser.
Elizabeth Hauser. And I've seen her 4 or 5 times at other people's shows, which is usually where I recruit these people.
Right.
Because I've got like 100 unopened emails from stand-ups, but characters and improv teams are harder to get. So I usually get them by watching other people's shows.
Yeah.
And every time I watch her, it's some crazy, nutty shit. She's so funny. I mean, there was this one time it was like a lady.
Like a southern proper lady, but then she was obsessed with stamps.
Okay.
And then started seductively licking the stamps and going out in the audience and making other people lick the stamps. It was so outrageous.
Weird.
We loved it.
Yeah.
And then when she came to our show, she did like a stand-up bit where her set was purposely not going well. And
Yeah.
I love people like that. You never know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Like just, and if they come in with a bunch of different sketches and they want lights out, then I'm like, okay, on this weird line, I'll do it, It's really cool. I look forward to that. And sometimes we have magicians on. So
I've had magic.
Right.
That's fun.
Right. Hypnotists? No hypnotists yet?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet, but we're slowly building it. We were in one theater. We were at LA Connection for the first 40 shows.
Yeah.
And now we've been in this one for almost 30. And we love our current theater, ACME Comedy Theater in North Hollywood.
It is a beautiful location.
It's a great space.
It's great.
And the only problem we've had is just because it's a real pain in the ass to park in that whole region, not just
they're
theater.
doing construction over there.
Non-stop construction.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get the word out to people who live in the area to walk
right.
to the show because,
Right.
like 2 weeks ago, we were packed.
Is that right?
Like just packed.
Yeah,
And
that's
this is the
great.
thing about a weekly show that gets to your brain and messes with your emotions. You'll have like busy, packed, almost sold out, and the next week,
nothing.
Just the comics. And it's like,
Yeah.
what happened? We did the same marketing, the same everything.
Yeah.
And then the week before, there was like people who, sometimes people who were just like, oh, we
Just
heard there was a
walking by.
show.
Yeah.
And it's so that inconsistency can drive you bananas sometimes.
That's crazy.
part of it is just trucking ahead and being like, hey, I think if we just stay here for 100 more shows,
it'll finally work.
People walking by will be like, oh, that's that show that's here. We won't even have to tell them.
Get a couple Yelp reviews.
Yeah,
you know?
Yelp reviews. Yeah. We need
be on reviewing reviews with.
Yeah. Review the views with Mike and DJ Demers.
Yeah. So, Katie, let me ask you, have you tried stand-up, improv, anything like that? Do you have any desire to do it?
I did improv when I was younger. I was crazy. I did dance lessons when I was 3, singing lessons when I was 5, and then acting lessons when I was 7.
Okay.
Because I wanted to be on Broadway. I wanted to be a triple threat.
Right,
I watched
of course.
all movies. I wanted to be like Judy Garland, Gene Kelly, and all those people. So I had an acting coach, and then she recommended me to this other gentleman who ran like an improv class. And because, I was just a kid who loved Broadway shows, was very comfortable in my own skin, I was really good at improv. They actually put me with the high school students.
Oh.
I was only maybe 10 or 11 at the time.
Yeah.
So
all right.
It was pretty crazy, but I kind of grew up on stage. I did a lot of community theater. I was the lead in all the high school productions and stuff like that. But then my high school year, I started kind of getting into the planning of everything, the set pieces, the props, just breaking down the whole script, doing auditions, all that kind of stuff. So I was like, oh, I'd be a really good stage manager. I didn't know what that was until I was older, went to college, so then I did that all during college. I did have to take a stage and comic technique class.
Oh, interesting.
Which was really crazy, and they had us doing this commedia dell'arte from Italy, and all this theater history.
What does
stuff.
that mean? I don't know what that means.
It's all different caricatures that were back in the day, and
the art of comedy, is that what you're?
Yeah, we had all these crazy comedy books.
Sounds so stupid.
Yeah, too, which is hilarious.
Yeah, interesting.
So I had to take it. I had to take a certain amount of acting classes, even though I was a technical theater major. But I worked with actors so much during college, so much myself in my younger years, and I did a lot of auditioning in New York when I was younger for movies and TV shows and commercials, that I know what they go through, and I know how to pick talent. It's probably the most interesting part of working with Nick on Gigglebash and finding us going to different shows and finding people to be on it.
Yeah.
You could kind of tell within the first couple seconds, this person is very, very talented, and there's so much potential.
Or not.
Yeah, or not. I mean,
and she's actually good about too of helping me, confirm when I'm like,
I don't know.
I didn't like that person, and she'll be like, I'm not feeling it, and it sucks because sometimes I get so many damn submissions. It's insane.
Right.
It's up to a dozen a day.
Yeah.
Which is why if you email me, it takes me a week, sometimes 3 weeks to get back to you. It's because all these untalented assholes
just clogging up the inbox.
Most people are very talented, but there's a few, and it's just they'll send me a tape, and honestly, I only watch 90 seconds of the tape. Sometimes I can tell them 2 jokes. You're ready. Yeah. And then sometimes I can tell them 2 jokes. You're not.
Yeah.
But sometimes you get those in betweens where I'm like, I'll give them a shot. Maybe they've.
Yeah.
This video was from 6 months ago. Surely they went up a little since then. Not always the case.
Yeah. Has there been anyone that, you don't have to name names, but have you had the experience where you're like, oh, this guy's going to kill or this woman's going to kill, and then.
I won't say kill, but at least not bomb, and then we've had some.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name names.
And vice versa, right?
And it's frustrating, yeah, and then sometimes you have people who also will bring people, a lot of people to a show, and still just. Even they're bad when their own friends don't clap for them.
You've seen that happen.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I've never done stand-up personally. I've only done improv, but I think it's great when stand-up people understand improv.
Yeah.
And, are able to adjust so quickly. Because if you can't read a room, if you're not paying attention to comics before you to find out what topics that, may or may not work.
Yeah.
That's important. And knowing, okay, I got a bunch of different subjects. What can I pivot to? How can I bring, the audience with me.
Yeah.
And there's just been some people that I'm like, oh my gosh, they have 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I want to light them at 1 minute.
Yeah.
What's happening?
How can we end this?
And same thing with improv. It gets painful. We like to give them,
Yeah. Well, they need some more time, right?
You need more time. You need at least 10 minutes. Usually we give them spots or 15. It depends.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very hard with improv. We see their tapes and, they might be getting laughs. But as Nick says, who's in the audience?
Yeah.
Is it their friends? We like to go to shows to see people in action.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, too, anytime we've seen somebody at another show, they never disappoint when they come to ours. It's when all we've seen is a tape.
Oh, yeah.
But improv's hard because even if I'm seeing good listening, it might just be they were in the zone that night. They were, fresh out of class that week.
Right.
All right. But we have seen, oh, my God. Do you remember that? And I can't name troop names or give it away, but do you remember that there was a 2-prof?
Oh, God.
They did a mono scene for 25 minutes.
Really?
That was painful. Oh, hold on. I'll tell you my favorite fucked up moment because we have a lot of people.
Beautiful.
The clowns. We had the clowns on our show. Here's the thing. We had the clowns twice. Now, the first time the clowns were on, they were funny. They did a very short, 3 to 4 minute thing. The next time they came back, here's what happened, by the way. So I invited Dave Reinitz, the co-owner of Rockers, to my show. I was like, Dave, the show's going great. You got to see it. And for the previous, month? Yeah. Before that, we were practically sold out of the show.
Yeah.
Then we get to the show Dave is finally coming to, which he was supposed to be on 2 weeks before and had fucked up his calendar and didn't go. Anyhow, write your shows down, Dave. But he comes to this show.
It's his own fault.
I feel horrible because he comes to this show, and it's one of those nights where it was in November. I think it was the week after Thanksgiving. It was rainy, cold.
Oh, gosh.
So already people aren't going to give a shit about going outside.
Yeah.
And it was only the comics.
Yeah.
And here come the clowns, which went right before Dave, right? And they did 10 minutes and just got...
He gave them 10 minutes.
Nothing.
I gave them 10 minutes because they had killed so hard with the 3.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
And by the way, they're very... I'm not shitting on the clowns as performers. They're fantastic performers.
Just that night.
Take that in front of a bunch of stand-up comics who were already ready to kill themselves.
Yeah.
On a cold, rainy night when there's no audience, and it was...
Magic.
It was painful. And then Dave had to follow the clowns.
Beautiful.
And I'm like, perfect.
And how long was he doing? 20? 15? 10. Yeah. Oh, gosh. That's hilarious.
But yeah, it gets pretty tedious. With a weekly show, we do have some last-minute cancellations.
Yeah.
Some of them are legit. Some of them we can't.
You don't think?
We don't know if they're legit, and that's really bothersome because once the poster goes out, your name's on the poster.
Right.
We're expecting you to be there. So we keep that in the back of our minds with certain people. So yeah, just professionalism. We're not just some random open mic.
We're not an open mic.
We're not an open mic.
It's a show. Yeah.
So it's important, that we have professionalism and that we put on a good show, and we hope that we can get the audience up. But I have to say, even if it's just comics and an improv team or whoever's on the show,
it can still be fun.
People stick around and talk, and
absolutely.
It's great.
That's we always tell Katie. That's how we know it was a good show, even if there was very little audience. If everyone sticks around after the show and talks to each other, it was a good show.
Supposed to shuffling out.
Jet out and there's been those shows in both theaters.
Yeah.
I think maybe 6 or 7 shows ago.
Yeah.
That was a show where we had a good crowd, but everybody sat at the back. Remember? And I got so pissed off at that the next week because we had 30 people. It was a nice little crowd. They sit at the very back. So the next week I told Katie, we're literally physically removing all the chairs in the showroom except for the first 3 rows. And we've done that every week since, and there's a night and day difference.
Is that right?
Was it last week or the week before we had another situation where it just happened. It was mostly comics again, and it felt like a full house.
The sound quality.
The sound quality.
Yeah.
And then you have to, everyone has to pay attention because there's nowhere else to sit but the first
nowhere to
3
go.
rows.
Yeah.
And you look really stupid if you sit behind that because it's this vast space. So it changed. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Oh, and And,
there you go.
And now, last thing, we have a new camera that we bought that Nick invested in, and we've been taking pictures of the comics for free. And sending them a bunch of great shots.
Which is so great.
We found from doing the poster, a lot of stand-ups don't have great photos.
Yeah.
And gosh darn it, we don't give them great photos. And the funny thing is, I saw someone's IMDb page today has Gigglebash.
There you go.
On the back.
Who's that?
I forget who it was, but I was so excited. But people use it. Amber.
Oh,
Millhouse.
Amber's
great.
great.
Yeah, she's great. It was on her IMDb page.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my
And
god.
she's somebody who I booked because she was a friend of a comic who has been on the show like a dozen times. And she does all the time.
She killed.
But she was kind of sight unseen. And you may have sent me a tape. I didn't watch it because I already knew you. Like as a
There you
person.
go. You had the end.
Killed it. Absolutely just.
Yeah.
I think it was only like our first, second time doing stand up, and then we had another girl who's a friend of a friend, Abby, who had done improv for 30 years. And she did our show doing stand up her second time, just hilarious. But but with her and Amber both, they're natural performers.
Yeah.
Just natural. They
Yeah.
just belong. You're born to be on stage.
Yeah.
You can it oozes out of them.
Right.
You belong on stage.
Yeah. Almost where they feel most comfortable.
Yeah, so it's good. We're giving people photos for free.
Yeah.
And then I keep seeing them pop up on Facebook as their profile
which is so great.
And, so it's good advertising for us, but it gives them great photos.
Yeah.
So that's,
No, that's so nice.
I've had at least a dozen people who I swear the only reason they went on the show is so they get good photos on stage. But it works because we started that in mid-June.
Yeah.
And since then, the number of comics asking to be on the show.
Oh, has it gone up?
Times 10.
Word spreads.
Yeah. If only our audience
would value it.
All the comics in town know about the show. If only the audience. That's our next
that'll
thing.
come along.
We're working on it, though. Our Dan Kane, who owns ACME Theater, is helping us invest in Instagram ads and things like that.
Oh, nice.
So, we'll hopefully get that walk in. Our whole thing is we want to build an audience of strangers.
Right.
Because once we have that, sky's the limit. And
yeah.
We can the more pranks you can pull, right? Because if you walk into a room full of comics and everybody, by the way, comics, everybody knows each other's sets and their acts and their bits. But when you come in front of strangers and they don't
then it gets fun.
You can fuck with them endlessly. You can pull crazy pranks and the kind of shit that, Eric does or French Accent does or Elizabeth does. It just, it kills even harder in front of just all strangers who don't know what's going on.
Right.
That's the best. That's what we...
Yeah.
But let's just talk, too. It's because we're in L.A. If we took our show to Santa Barbara or Ventura or just somewhere there's nothing going on, I just think
you'd crush.
We'd sell out.
Yeah,
because
for
there's
sure.
nothing going on.
Right.
It it's really hard, even with top-notch talent, to sell out a show.
Yeah.
In LA.
Well, let me ask you this, Katie. I want to get to the religious part of it, but first, I want to see from more of a booker's perspective. Pet peeve. Do you have any pet peeves that stand-ups do?
It's LA, so it's hard, but I don't like when people aren't genuine with us.
Oh, okay.
They hate us. That they.
You mean in real life?
In real
Not
life.
necessarily just on stage.
Yeah, because sometimes we'll go to shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, "Oh, I heard about Gigglebash," or or whatever.
Yeah.
On the show.
Gotcha.
Some people are just
schmoozing.
Really schmoozing.
Yeah.
And not being genuine. I know they're just networking, and I like people to
to actually care about you as an individual.
To know us and stuff like that, but
that's so weird.
I'd say pet peeves would definitely be when they submit.
Yeah.
Which we have, to submit, send your headshot, your video, all that kind of stuff. If you don't follow the directions,
we don't book you.
We just don't book you. Or if your email is just kind of book me or whatever.
Right.
There's no little hi, I'm so and so. Here's this. Just be professional about it.
Yeah.
And also, we have a thing right now that says that we'll get back to you in such days and stuff like that. That automatically goes to them. Don't email us more than once.
Oh, sure. Let it breathe.
Right now
Let it breathe.
Who's emailed me 6 fucking times, and you're going to the bottom of the list every time you do.
You know who you are.
I've got all these other people. Yeah. Well, my whole thing is Google groups everything by conversation and person anyhow.
Right.
So I
you
go
know.
by, Right. So the oldest email gets open first. So every time you re-email me, Google pushes you to the bottom of the list. Stop fucking, just wait.
Yeah.
But it's like
interesting.
I mean, it's literally. I think I got like 3 emails in 2 or 3 days. Even though every time you send an email, you get an automatic reply saying, "Give us 7 to 10 business days." That's 2 weeks to respond to you. And so,
well, I do business every
day,
day,
Nick. He's
Nick.
not the only person who's done that. Other people do.
Yeah.
But it's frustrating.
Yeah,
it's like, man, you wait.
Just once, like in a completed email, your headshot, your video.
Yeah, just
all
one.
that,
Yeah.
Oh, don't send us. I know this is a pet peeve of a lot of producers. Don't send mass emails to producers. Like, customize the email.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I literally got one the other day from like a constant contact kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sent to my email. I deleted it.
Hello, club.
Hello, Booker. Please, I really want to be on your show.
Yeah.
It would be neat. You know?
Your show is so fun.
Yeah. And
Interesting.
you know, like, you know, overall.
Yeah.
Most of the comics are awesome. And
Yeah, of course.
But the funny stuff are the horrible ones,
Yeah,
right?
as always. As always.
Yeah.
Now, Nick, I want to ask you before we get to the religious stuff, why do you feel drawn to comedy? Something you feel like you have to do?
Yeah.
Why? Why do you feel like you have to do it?
Well, I think just in that turn of, you know, I don't know how to take things seriously.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think, you know, in moving past law of what I originally wanted to do, I was just looking for that thing that like brings people happiness to a degree.
Yeah,
or just,
as opposed to just money.
Yeah, and then I've always been, you know, I remember, you know, going through some tough times, like maybe like my freshman year of high school, in parts of, I went through a tough time in junior high, a little bit like 7th grade, and, you know, just kind of fought through it, and then went through some more trouble my freshman year. Like my parents were having trouble with their marriage and shit, you know. And
are they divorced now?
yes.
Yeah, very, very much so.
That's why they're happy.
Gotcha.
But my freshman year in high school, though, when I went through, you know, the same kind of my parents' marriage went through trouble. My 7th grade went through trouble again in like 9th grade. But 9th grade, what was different is, you know, I was an immature freshman in high school.
Sure.
And I had this English class with this teacher, Rhonda Meath.
Wow.
Really, she hated me. and kind of hated me from day one. And
why?
When somebody, I don't know.
You just got that vibe from her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when somebody just hates you that much and you know you can't change them, you
Yeah.
just feel, you know, entitled to fuck with them. And so I did. And I would like mess with her endlessly and I would get all these laughs. And like my freshman English class, it was like a comedy club to me. And so if I'd get like a small little laugh from somebody, I just keep pressing and pressing. And me and this kid, Baltimore Rosas. Baltimore was his name.
I thought you said Voldemort at
Voldemort.
first.
Good old Voldemort. No,
Voldemort Rosas.
Baltimore Rosas, Mexican kid. Yeah, he was hilarious. One of the funniest people I've ever met. He probably would have done well in comedy.
Yeah.
And he sat on the other side of the room, and me and him would just tag team the whole like hour and a half class.
Interesting.
It was like 3 times a week. And I don't even know how many times we got kicked out and sent to the principal's office. I mean, it was one
That's hilarious.
thing after another every day.
Such a troublemaker.
Oh, yeah. And, but that class, you know, made me realize that I liked laughter.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't know that I'd really, like, want a career in that. I was always like, I want to be, like, a movie composer or an engineer or, you know, and later a lawyer. You know, like, I got to have this serious money-making career. But I knew that I liked.
Was that from your parents? You think this
I don't
stable career idea?
I don't know.
Just I see. Just being practically minded yourself.
I guess, but you know, I did so much like singing and musical theater and all that shit as a kid. I just felt really, you know, after the whole thing of okay, well, I'm not going to go to law school. I'm almost 30. Fucking now what?
Right.
And going through, you know, a lot goes through your head when you're like hitting that change, you know?
Yeah.
And it was like, you know, I just feel like I was born to be on stage doing something. And I feel more comfortable on stage than almost anywhere else. Like the bright lights, I just zone out and
you're just shouting things into the void.
I feel more comfortable on stage talking about super vulnerable shit to strangers than I do sitting in the conference room at work like I did today, you know, talking to executives about, you know, EBITDA forecasts and whatever.
Interesting.
I love my job. Don't fire me.
I can't wait
I need
for
my
to
day
watch
job.
this. Oh
By
my
the way,
gosh.
comedians, if you're gonna move to LA, you gotta have a day job.
Yeah.
It's the number one reason. But there are people who come here who are oozing with talent. Some of the most talented people I've ever seen in my life have to move back home.
Yeah.
Because it is so expensive to live here. What we pay here for renting this freaking townhouse, I'm serious, we could own like a mansion back home in Texas or in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, there's no question.
And, you got to have a day job. So please don't fire me from this. I'm good. Here's the thing.
You're good at your job, though.
I actually really am. Like,
yeah.
And I'm in the zone, and I do my work. And I think I was worried about how they take it that I was a comic, but I don't really. I mean, I'll make jokes, but I don't.
Yeah.
I still do my job.
Yeah. Of course.
And
they'll know that you're a stand-up by night.
Yeah, but I have said, the long-term goal is to
leave all of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. For Netflix or HBO or.
Yeah. I mean, but I'll stay. It's a great job. And
of course. Of course. Interesting.
But I do feel sometimes. I'll say this, like working at Flappers. Although working for any comedy club is shitty pay benefits. Doesn't matter, honestly, doesn't matter. I mean, I know the industry. Unless you're like a top executive like the Improv or something, for the most part, it's shitty pay across the industry.
Yeah.
It's not a personal thing. The owners of Flappers were great to me. It was just it's an industry thing.
Yeah.
It's not on the club I worked at. But the one thing I do miss is just even though I have fantastic pay benefits, everything at my current job, it's great. I miss being in the industry day to day.
Oh,
because
sure.
the one thing I did love about Flappers, even though it's just organized chaos at all times that working at any comedy club would be. I'm not shitting on Flappers, I promise. I love Flappers.
I want to have a running total of how many times you've said
No, I'm just trying to clarify, because I don't want somebody to be like, oh, you're shitting on fucking Flappers.
He hates where
it's
he
like,
was.
it's the industry.
Yeah.
But the one thing I just loved is that randomly, we'd have a major problem. All the point of sale system would go off in Flappers, right? And I go down there and fix it. And then when I'm done, I go into the green room and Bill Burr's sitting there.
Oh, yeah.
Or I'm in the office one day and Craig Robinson comes in and just sits on the couch and talks to the whole staff for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Or we find out at 4:30 p.m. that Jerry Seinfeld's coming at 7:30 p.m.
Right.
Like that shit.
You can't beat that.
It was magic. And Adam Sandler's going to come in tonight. What? Conan O'Brien's stopping by tonight. What?
Yeah.
I mean, so even though it was like constant struggling to live day to day financially, no matter what club I worked at, it's not. But I think everybody who works there feels that of like, that's the thing is just, I have such a great paying job.
Yeah.
But it's not, you don't have that magic.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I do miss about Flappers is the magic of like, you just never know who's going to
what's going to happen.
In and then you work there and you're in charge of I was in charge of accounting, so I would be in charge of making the checks and so there was something pretty cool about the people that would just never knew who was going to randomly pop in or say they were going to. I mean and every time Kevin Hart came, I was out of town because he would tell us on Wednesday night every time Wednesday, hey, I'm gonna partner with so and so, he's gonna let me headline and
wow.
In his place.
And you missed everyone.
And every time I was in Texas, I was like, motherfucker. And then one time he had like Beyonce and Pharrell and all those people. Again, And there was a picture the other day. Brian Kiley was in the Flappers green room with A-Rod.
Oh, yeah.
From the Yankees. I'm like, it's just insane.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of shit that would happen there. I was like, it's low pay, whatever, because it's the comedy industry. Again, it's the industry, not the club. But it's the same reason that people will work for minimum wage. And barely making a dime at the comedy store,
of course,
because it's magic.
And stage time, right? Some stage time.
No, it's the most magical, most incredible hookup of stage. I mean, if I literally had a trust fund and I didn't need to work, I would.
That's where I would
work my ass off to get a gig at the comedy store, just because that face to face time. I mean, I see how far it's pushing people who are working there who are already talented, but then on top of that, they're buddying up with the best comics in the world. I mean, it's just
can't beat that. Yeah. Now, how did you two meet? And then I want to talk about your religious
Tinder.
beliefs. Is that right?
No.
Tinder.
No.
Grindr. Which one?
It was on OkCupid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nick actually didn't have like a username. It was Nick Wuthrich.
Oh.
Did
you not understand?
Yeah.
I didn't never use that platform before. I had only used Tinder, which, of course, Tinder, I had a fucking fake name on Tinder.
Yeah.
Because it's a different gig, right? But, no, it was...
Yeah. So, and also in his bio, it said he worked for a comedy club in Burbank. That's Flappers is the only comedy club in Burbank.
Yeah, of course.
So what I did, as I would do with anyone I was, talking to that I'd meet in person, I, Googled them, of course. So all his videos popped up. It was stand-up.
Oh, yeah.
Because he said, that he did comedy. He was a stand-up. That's what he wants to do. And I was hesitant. I stayed away from actors and stuff on Cupid because I didn't want to date someone, that was going to be an actor. I've been through so many of them in college and stuff. I was like, no way. But I watched his videos.
So many, did you hear that?
And, I watched his videos, and he did a podcast, and he was so nerdy on this podcast. It was Joe Fena's podcast, and he was talking about, like, the Macy's parade and his love of Price is Right and, like, all this other stuff, and I'm just like, this guy is hilarious. And
National treasures.
Yeah, and he was also a choir nerd like me, so I'm like, we're probably going to hit it off. And,
Gotcha.
And, and we got together and talked for a little bit. He was in Texas for Christmas, and I was here. My family was coming in, and then we met that first week of January. And then second date asked me to be his girlfriend. So,
wow. Cutie pies.
Yeah, so it's been good, and then last April is when we moved into this place. So,
Yeah,
so it's been going really good. But
that's great.
We have a similar, even though he's from Texas, I'm from Pennsylvania. Both our families were, Catholic, and so we kind of had that in common.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if the religious belief stuff factored into it at all.
I mean, I went to like an Irish Catholic church, so a Roman Catholic church, so we did all the Gregorian chant kind of stuff and music, and I cantored for years when I was in middle school on through high school, and Nick also cantored and, sang at the church, so I think
that was cantering is singing, right?
It's singing up the front of the church.
But you're like leading the church.
Yeah.
Okay. And whatever weird shit you're singing.
And
in Latin or in English? What?
It depends.
Yeah, it depends.
What part of the mass you're singing? Because some of it's like just the real simple, like the Kyrie eleison, which is Lord have mercy, Christ have mercy, Lord have mercy. Like that's usually just sung in Latin because everybody knows what it means. It's 3 fucking words. If you don't know, you're a shitty Catholic. I can curse, unlike the Mormons, because I ask forgiveness on Saturdays. Right? And and then like maybe the Agnus Dei or something like that, they'd sing, but like the longer stuff,
English.
I feel like I sang more Latin with like choirs in school or after school than actually in church, except for certain occasions.
Like in college choirs, I don't even know how many different masses because a mass is just the text, and then there's all these settings of it by every composer ever, and so you'd sing the whole mass all the way through, and because up until like the 60s, until the Second Vatican Conference, which is this thing where all the Pope people, the cardinals and the Pope, lots of Pope people, the Pope folks, the cardinals or whatever, they got together and were like, let's change it up. So like it used to be like the preachers would just sit up there and do it all. And then in like the 60s, they changed it to where the people had to do it. Like, so they do a lot of call and response kind of stuff. Then now it's, just depends where you go. Because if you go to small town America, it's, still like that. But in some other places, they're trying to jazz it up. And they do like these praise band things that, here's the thing, like you go to a mega church and listen to their music, it's usually really pretty music. Yeah. But the hybrid Catholic stuff, it doesn't work. It's weird. It doesn't sound right. Like it's not like the full on Christian rock, but it's not full on Catholic. It's just it sounds weird.
I'm used to the Roman Catholic mass. I'm used to standing or kneeling or sitting or whatever. Not like I feel very uncomfortable in mega churches, though I'm very interested in their technical aspects and how good their cameras are and lights.
I see.
The production value, the bands are always amazing, but I get very uncomfortable when people are, getting into it and putting their hands up and closing their eyes. That's just not me. I'm used to, singing in a group, awkwardly with the congregation.
But very proper, very still.
Proper.
Yes,
the proper way to work.
Even my church coming up, like, it was kind of a weird thing if someone was by the way, we would only do it up in the choir loft if there was extra instruments, which honestly would only be like a guitar or a violin, and that was maybe, I don't even know if we'd go tambourine, like...
Trumpet? No trumpets?
Maybe trumpet for like Christmas or something.
Oh, yeah.
But mostly it was like organ all the way.
Yeah.
Like nothing crazy, so...
Yeah, no drums.
No, it was, it's just very old.
Yeah.
Hymns and, the Gregorian chants, so that's how we rolled.
Now, do you still believe in God?
Yes.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Most of the time.
When do you not? When do you feel like you've done
I don't know. I think this is like any, from time to time, there's like, what if all this is bullshit?
Sure.
I think it's natural.
Yeah.
Because here's my thing is like, I just don't trust humans. And if humans wrote all this shit down, it could all be fake. But here's my thing is like, I think there's unquestionably something more powerful than all of us. I think it's naive of us as humans to say anyone knows exactly what that is, because you don't. But I like I find it like, here's my thing with religion, like even if it's, not real, like, because there's so many religions around the world that swear their thing is the real thing, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I still think it's therapeutic to have, because it's just like it's like meditation. It's like this reflective period. So like even if we don't know like who's the real God or whatever, there's still a point to it. Like I still think you can get something out of religion, because it's like atheists. Like atheists don't believe in a God, but that doesn't mean they don't believe in like some sort of faith in something like love or hope about something. You hope something will turn out. I mean, you still have some sort of faith in something. You have faith that the sun won't burn out for the next few years, right? You keep going to work
science.
each day.
It's not faith.
Yeah, I know.
That's science.
Is it? Yeah, but that's the thing. Even science, what we didn't know 100 years ago.
You take that back right now.
I'm just saying, like, nobody knows everything. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I think the Bible is just kind of like a couple stories they threw together. And you take it as it is. Because there's some really messed up stories.
I don't read that shit word for words. I don't.
I've honestly never read the Bible, like...
Cover to cover.
No, I've read sections of the Bible.
Yeah.
But honestly...
Songs of Solomon.
Yeah, I took an Intro to World like Religions course. The only reason I knew so much about Christianity was because of musicals. Like Jesus Christ Superstar and Joseph and the
of course.
Dream Coat,
of
stuff
course.
like that explained to me, the whole Easter.
The major stories.
The major stories.
Interesting.
That's
it's not covered in Mass?
It is, but I wouldn't really pay attention that much.
And it was in Latin, apparently.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I don't know, like, especially when you're a kid, like, you've heard of the nativity scene how many times, but like the Easter stuff always confused me. Like, what happened, what day, and all this stuff. But there's just some weird stories in the Bible and just weird rules that, I think you just have to take out of it that, you should be nice to other people. Like some of the stuff that Jesus said was really cool, but some of the stuff is kind of really dark, especially the Old Testament. But
Old Testament's a fun book.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I mean, I wouldn't necessarily believe the whole creation,
Oh, the 7 days thing?
Yeah, that...
You mean the beginning of the entire book?
Yeah,
Genesis
like,
1? That's where you're already doubtful?
Like, science, like,
Yeah.
Because that's when it gets weird, is when there's,
So what about the argument of it's not a day, it's just a time span? Right? Like maybe it was 1,000,000 years. Yeah. Maybe it was 100 years.
That's why you shouldn't read the Bible word for word and take it all to truth. Because it could be that.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's a mixture of both. That's what I'm saying. Nobody knows everything. Calm down.
I mean, I know where to know everything, though. I know where to go to find.
Again, I'm not saying that, but I just, but if you ever like really sat there and thought like, oh man, there's no God, no anything, your mind runs endlessly. Yeah. With questions of like, what was the Big Bang Theory? What happened? What's outside of the universe? What caused the universe? Are there other universes? Like, I mean, it goes like my mind races when I start thinking about that. Because I mean, and I don't know that the story of the Bible's, 100. Again, it's written by man. Who knows what's real or not? But it's something that's it's reflective. It's a practice. It's a thing you do.
So do you believe in afterlife?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so for the people who do nothing but talk about the afterlife their whole life.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's wasted. I would hope so, but yeah, like, Because then that's kind of freaky too. Like you think of all the people that ever lived on Earth.
Sure. Where are they?
You're just a skeleton.
Yeah, I don't know if we like go to this, heaven. I would like to hope you get reunited with people that you love.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you get reincarnated as another person or another
Oh,
thing.
sure.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be reincarnated as a fly or anything,
Right,
weird,
right.
or be on the wrong end of a famine or something like that. Getting born into a bad time period, but you'd hope you'd meet, the people that you loved and that they're at peace.
Mm-hmm.
And you also hope that the people that were really terrible and did horrible things to people, have a punishment. You hope, but then you're like, oh wait, we might be all just the same thing. It doesn't matter.
Sure. Sure.
But you hope there's some sort of afterlife.
Yeah.
But we all die.
Yeah, we all die.
Everyone's
gonna die. Nothing, I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't be scared.
But yeah.
It's coming, Mom.
Yeah.
Couple more years.
But I don't necessarily believe
goodness.
in hell necessarily or purgatory. It just seems like a big joke to get more money out of people.
Oh, really? You feel like
well,
that's...
in Catholicism, you can pray people out of hell.
Oh.
That's why you should join today.
Is that what the candles are about?
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, that just saying prayers. You pay for God to love you or something. All right?
Oh,
is that how I don't know. You pay for. Well, yeah, you got to pay for everything. Nothing's free. You know what's great? I got to tell you this. My grandmother. This is how my family was. My grandma. She was in charge of keeping. So in the Catholic Church, you're supposed to donate on a schedule. So not just willy-nilly donate money. You'd actually say, I'm going to give X amount of dollars per month this year. And my grandma was in charge of tracking that shit at St. Mary's Church in Friedak, near my hometown.
Yeah.
And I remember she used to just spill the beans when I was over there talking about all the people who wouldn't turn in their money on time. Like, oh, that family right there is 2 months behind. They need to catch up. And I'm like, Grandma, you can't be spreading that shit around.
That's great. Make it public.
Yeah, just, yep.
Full transparency.
The Thompson family. The goddamn Thompson family.
Oh, yeah, and then how my Catholic church are run in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they used to have more of a youth group kind of thing. But when I came up, there was just, CCD on Sunday where you go to Sunday
Said
school.
what? CC?
Oh, CCD, Sunday school, right? And that was it. And I'd go to choir, before or after church or something, or before Sunday school. But that was it. There was no going to.
There's no mass or something?
There's mass, but there wasn't any sort of youth group for kids.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
The church had a really present youth group or roller skating, all that stuff. We didn't have that stuff, so.
You just had Sunday school.
Yeah, it was a very. I always thought of church as a very cold, staunch kind of place. There wasn't really a fun.
Yeah.
My upbringing was weird because so my mom was Catholic her whole life. My dad was Lutheran, but when we were little, until I was in 6th grade, we went to a Baptist church. So we go to multiple times a year with my grandma, my Aunt Rita, and my mom to the Catholic church. Mostly we went to a Baptist church till I was in 6th grade. I think it's right when my parents' marriage started having trouble. Then my mom started going back to the Catholic church, and then I kind of went with her.
Yeah.
But the Baptist church, man, there was some insane shit at that Baptist church, dude. It was always there was one guy who was fucking his stepdaughter. It was always something. You never knew what kind of crazy shit. Our family was one of them, right? I mean, my parents, right? But yeah, it was always some kind of crazy shit going down. And then we had this one guy who was one of the youth group leaders. He was dating a 14-year-old.
Wow.
Well, he wasn't that old. Hold on, let me back up. He was 18, she was 14, and then they got married later on. But then he turned out he was a coach at a school, and then was diddling the high school volleyball team girls or some shit. It was always something. It was always something with fucking kids, isn't it? Right? And always every church, including the Catholic Church, it's all about fucking them kids.
They're just so tempting, right?
They're so tempting, right, Paul Moonjean? And that's why you taught at that religious high school. No. But
I love it.
Yeah, but the Baptist, man, yeah, I remember growing up going to all that, and we'd sing all the, all the little catchy songs, and the Father Abraham, and the, this, that, and the other. And then vacation. Did you guys have Vacation Bible School? Did you have that shit?
I mean, my church would do EFY. especially for youth.
Oh, God.
Which was like a Bible camp, essentially, but for Mormons, right?
Well, we had like Vacation Bible School, which is like, it was basically free daycare for your kid for a week.
Oh.
And my mom would make us go to like every one in town. Because she didn't have to deal with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
That sounds amazing.
So we go to the Baptist one. The Lutheran one was actually fun. I like the Lutheran one. And then we go to like the Church of Christ. There was some, I think it was the Church of Christ. There was one of them that was like fucked up 6 ways from Sunday that was like strange. And then, you go to all that shit. And I like the Lutheran one. I don't know why I keep saying that, but I did. I like the Lutheran. We like the Lutherans. Yeah, I kind of feel like you know. I feel like the Lutherans are, the harmless.
They're relaxed enough for you.
They're relaxed. Yeah, the lazy Lutherans. I don't know. They had a good Vacation Bible School, and then I went to actual church camp, like sleepaway camp, and that's where I first learned to shoot a rifle. Was at Christian summer camp.
As you do.
Shoot rifle and shoot a bow and arrow. It was like you got to kill Satan. That was the goal. And you it was weird because like it was a lot of fun during the day. You'd have like horseback. I got stepped on it by a horse. I remember that. It fucking hurt.
Wow.
The horse stepped on my foot.
Yeah.
Shit hurt for like a week. But yeah, they had like horseback riding and water skiing and like it was gorgeous. It was on a lake and it had like zip lines. It was fucking awesome. And then at night they'd make like all 300 kids get like around a campfire and cry about everything they ever did in their whole fucking life. And that was like every night, and it was weird. I was like, why is this so cool in the day and so creepy at night?
Because
that was that one. And then, so that was Frontier Camp. That was in Northeast Texas. And then I went to like the state Baptist. It was like the first Baptist state camp or something. It was in Palacios, Texas. And that place was bananas to me because they made us go to like these concerts with this creepy ass Christian rock. Not that all of it's creepy, but this was. And just that place, I'm good. I don't need it. And I'm not criticizing all Baptists. Some Baptists are, less creepy, but, some are fine.
Sure.
But the I've seen some shit. Not to say Catholics haven't done some stuff, because yes, we have. Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought the whole confession booth thing kind of weird.
Yeah.
I just thought that was kind of just a random man-made
We
rule.
skip out on that part.
Yeah, we don't go to the confession because I don't want to tell a priest, anything. Like, I just feel like that's
Yeah, he might
gossip.
rat us out.
Yeah,
I mean, isn't that what do you mean?
Thing.
To God? He might rat you out to God? That's the point, right?
Don't tell anybody the truth ever.
There is a protection in the law for that.
No.
Unless you are going to commit a crime,
What if you are?
Well, then you shouldn't do it, right?
The funny thing is, I did for like a second when I was younger think about becoming a nun.
Oh.
But in my defense, the nuns that I was exposed to at our Catholic church were terrible people.
Oh,
like,
interesting.
They were awful human beings. But what did they depict in movies? The Sound of Music. Maria's a cool nun, and Sister Act.
Of course.
They're singing nuns. So,
yeah.
But, there's way more than just singing, so that wouldn't work for me. But for a second when I was younger, I was like, maybe
that.
Be a nun. Yeah, but, it sounded like a cool idea, but I'm like, no, never mind.
Yeah. Huh. Now, Nick, I have been curious because there's you have many interesting attributes.
Do I?
Yes. But one that I've been curious about because it is often attached to religion is that you're a eunuch.
I am a real-life eunuch.
Yeah.
You heard it here, not first.
Is that because of religion? I mean, you were a cantor boy and
I
Catholic.
I was born to be it.
No?
No. I mean,
So it was not a religious choice.
It's not like I chose to get my balls chopped off.
Some people do, right?
I don't know.
Is that not a thing anymore?
I don't think so, because I think pretty much all trannies, like for the most. Can you call?
I don't think you should say trannies.
All trannies. I think I could. Hold on.
You're halfway there yourself. Is that the argument?
I that word because I'm a eunuch. I think I have privilege.
You've been the most
I call
oppressed.
Eunuch privilege, but
yeah.
Most like transsexual people that I have met still have their stuff, and typically they go through something called chemical castration.
Right.
Where they just take estrogen or whatever, and it kills off testosterone, and it works. They have beautiful skin. They do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just had a condition where I was just born. Well, technically, I got to clarify. Technically, I was born with the organs still further up in there's a tube that runs from like your kidney to your scrotum, and that's where your testicles live till right before you're born. And then they descend into the scrotum.
Yeah.
And then once they're into the scrotum, then you're born, right? Sometimes they don't come down. That's called an undescended testicle. That's pretty common. It's like 1 out of 100 births, 1%.
Yeah.
What's less common is to have it on both sides. Because usually when you have a UDT, an undescended testicle, usually it dies, so you'll just have one that lives.
Will they shrivel up? Yeah.
Well, no, by the time
it's
when
reabsorbed.
they pull it down, either it gets absorbed or your body, or they have to take it out for some other reason, or they'll try to introduce testosterone when you're, a teen or whatever, and it just never grows, and so it becomes a cancer risk, and they usually, take it out, whatever.
Yeah.
But in my case, I had it both sides.
Lucky.
Born that way.
Yeah.
And,
okay.
So what my doctors tried to save him and stuff, but they couldn't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not a big deal to me. I've known my whole entire life, but I'm lucky to be alive in 2019 because I don't have to have the effects of it because there's like all this modern. Thanks to all those athletes cheating in sports, there's great artificial testosterone out there. So I mean, I'm just able to still have sex and grow this very, very, very patchy facial hair.
Yeah.
It never looks more than just like pubes on my face.
It's more than I can grow, though.
But it's better than nothing. Yes, you're very clean cut.
Yeah, I can't. It
doesn't look good. And it looks better on this. This camera is making it look better than it really is.
You look fantastic.
But, yeah. And so, I mean, it was weird. It was weird growing up. Like, it was... Here's the thing that sucks, honestly, because I talk about it so openly now. I literally never talked about it with anyone except... I didn't even really talk about it with my parents except when I was younger. Yeah. Definitely just avoided the topic at all times with everyone. Yeah. Until I had a long-term girlfriend it was like 2011 to 2015 before I moved out here. Yeah. And, so then I opened up with her about it, but because I had to, it had some other, pretty sexual things where you can kind of conceal it, honestly. Everything's working down there, right? I mean, everything works, so... If it's like a real quick thing, they're like, it was
eye contact.
Was just weird.
Eye contact, please.
Look here. Yeah. Look here, Amanda. But when I came out here, I saw a lot of people in their stand-up acts being vulnerable and talking about fucked up shit. And I'm like, hey, here's something. Yeah. And so the weird part of it was telling people from back home hearing about it. Because in my brain, though, we just kept it as like this deep, dark, no one can ever know about it. Secret.
Was that more personal?
Although my mom probably told everyone in town.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you feel like that from your parents or was it just you?
Yeah, from my parents. Yeah. But I understand why, because I remember my brother was being a dick once and he told one of my friends, he was born without testicles. And my dad, because we came from a different time in here, my dad beat the shit out of my brother. Wow. And I know why. It's just because my dad knew the harm of that being resurfaced in our town, in the climate that was our town at that time. Interesting. Happens today in my hometown, no one would give a shit. My town has changed so much in 20 years. Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's changed a lot for the better. But I'm just saying, he knew what the climate was at that time. Yeah. Now, there's not to say most of the town would have known something because my parents would have been yapping about it when I was a baby we're trying, because I was having that surgery. Yeah, of course. So naturally, they're going to tell people and not think, now everybody's going to know.
Now they're going to know. Right.
What are you going to do? Who wouldn't say that? As a parent, you're going to talk about it. Who's not? But I think what was weird for me is because it was kept this big, dark secret. When I finally started talking about it, how kind of nobody gave a shit. Right. Or that's cool, interesting. But in my mind, I thought it was going to turn into this giant... you fucking freak, and get out of here. In my brain for all those years. Interesting. And so when I finally started talking, it was kind of like this, damn, I would have been talking about this for my entire adult life. Right? Yeah. So, I filmed a bunch of videos, put them on YouTube talking about it, and I've been contacted from people all over the world. From multiple moms of kids who were born with it, or without it, without it. By the way, just so there's not a lot of ignorance, it's only the testicles that are missing. Yeah. And the penis Thank you for clarifying. Exists, Dad. So it's literally the Frank without the beans.
Yeah.
Everything works. Everything functions. The same thing happens when I finish that a normal guy does. Because the white fluid.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that? Can we say white fluid?
Yeah.
The white fluid.
Why do you have to get racial about it?
Yeah. The uncolored fluid. Why don't they say that? Colored and uncolored.
I don't know.
The white fluid isn't made
here.
by the testes. It's made by the prostate. So that anyhow, I made these videos, but I've been contacted by like people in like fucking Ethiopia and Saudi Arabia, all over the world on my YouTube channel. And here's what's crazy: I don't have that many views on it, like 2,500 views, but I've been contacted like 200 times.
Yeah.
Of the people who have watched it, they've really watched it.
Yeah, they know.
And then people keep saying to make more. I've just been busy, but I need to make more and like dive in more because my thing is like, tell your kid early, and then here's the critical thing that I wish I would have done. I had known that because we're in the world we are today, where people are comfortable with talking about transsexuals, aka trannies. I can say that, you can't. That's our word. But no, because transsexual rights and gender fluidity and all that stuff is out there. Tell your kid to talk about that shit from day one, because by the time they hit puberty, they won't give a shit. And they won't, go through all the mind fuck that I had to go through of, I got this, I can't tell anybody about this, can't tell. I mean, I literally, if I went to a doctor with just a cold, I wouldn't tell that doctor about it, because I'm like, oh, you're not a specialist, you won't even know what to do with this. And honestly, they don't. Because I find myself, if it's a general practice doctor, I know more about my condition than they do. And then, most of the time when I have like an endocrinologist, they've only treated like 2 or 3 people like myself, you know? Or the people they're treating have had testicular cancer or had an accident. Usually they've lost them because of something else. Right. So, that's always, that part's interesting.
Do you feel like that being born without testicles shaped at all your religious beliefs, or no?
No. I think it shaped my need to tell jokes.
Yeah, sure.
Because ultimately all of us have something darker, or Mormon inside of us, and
that just needs to get out. Yeah.
But no, I think that's what drove my
the comedy career.
Yeah, of the wanting to make jokes, because it's something difficult.
Was it? I mean, did other kids ever tease you about it?
They didn't know.
Yeah,
I literally
zero, no idea.
Well, there was, like I said, my brother told some kids that were over playing basketball at our house once. Yeah. And then, I said, that's not true. My brother's being an asshole, whatever. Right. And I think, honestly, they probably believed me because it was such a weird thing. Like, oh, come on.
That can't be possible.
That can't be possible.
Yeah, right.
And, by the way, here's the thing. For how mean kids are just mean in my hometown. Yeah, for how
kids are mean everywhere.
How absolute asshole kids were in my hometown, because my brother got picked on, like, dude, ruthlessly. I felt bad for my brother. My brother was in this class of this he was in like a grade of kids that were the meanest fucking human beings I've ever met to this day. Yeah. I've ever met in my life, and he got held back, and it was the best thing that ever happened to him, like, for a year. Because the kids in his original grade, I mean, mean to everybody. It's fucking cool, man. Anyhow.
So is he just deflecting? He had to have just been deflecting to you, right?
Well, I mean, isn't it just a brother teasing a brother?
Well, maybe.
Because I don't think he understands the concept. I mean,
You don't think all kids are just deep-seated? I know they have.
Kids are just dicks.
Ulterior motives.
I don't think it's like a...
calculated.
But all I'm saying is that if they had believed it, I think I would have been teased nonstop about it. Yeah. And I don't think it believed it because it was so like, oh, that can't happen. Yeah. But it did. But yeah, so I put that out there and put like I think it was like I did a set at the Burbank Comedy Festival in like 2016 or 16. Yeah. And talked about it, and it got like huge. And I wasn't that great of a stand-up then, 3 years back, because I was stepping on laughs. Like I was getting like what would have been huge 30-second long applause breaks, and I didn't know how to like pace myself because I was like, oh my God, I only have 5 minutes. I got to rush through this.
This is good. Shut up, guys.
Right. Exactly. And because of that, like I stepped on a lot of laughs.
That's totally my problem too.
But I had this killer set, and I was like, okay, I have something. So I took that video and I put it online and I shared it, and like, so that's basically how I like let a lot of people know about it. And then some people who are super close to me still were like, oh, I thought that was a joke. I'm like, why the fuck would I make? Who's like, oh, I was born without testicles. This will get me attention.
I mean, people lie on stage.
Oh, sure. But I remember one of my closest friends, Victor, like he genuinely thought it was bullshit.
He's like, no.
Yeah.
Couldn't
like,
be.
He's like, yeah, but how? Oh, I know. He did finally figure out this one thing. He used to always be like, with my ex-girlfriend, Brooke, he used to always be telling me, like, hey, man, make sure you wrap up, make sure she's on birth control, don't get her pregnant, don't get her pregnant, don't get her pregnant.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't have to worry about that. And he's like, don't fucking say that. Yeah, you do.
Everyone
does. Everyone's got to worry.
You're like,
and
nah,
then so
dude.
once I finally, like, he had been saying it to me for years, and I was always telling him, like, dude,
No.
I'm fine, trust me. He's like, fuck that. I don't trust you. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how good you think you are. You can get her knocked up. Don't fucking knock her up. She's a clinger. Trust me. Stay away from the. He was,
Yeah.
And so when he finally learned, he's like, oh, that's why you were. Oh, he's not giving a shit. I'm like, yeah, that's why.
That's so funny. Built-in contraception.
Built-in.
The vasectomy happened.
As fuck. And people are always like, yeah, but can't you? I can't believe how many times like, yeah, but you can still have kids right now. I can't.
I mean, you could
And I've
adopt.
done that. Oh yeah, I want to adopt 2 from each
From each country?
From each group.
What do you
right?
mean group?
Yeah, the
Genders?
The races
Oh.
in the world. I love it. I want to have like a fucking international Brady Bunch in my house.
All right, I like
Why
it.
not? It's
Are you
fun.
behind that, Katie? Are you excited for this?
Yeah, we're gonna,
Let's adopt a bunch of
You're gonna-
racially ambiguous children and then bring them back to our small towns
There you
where we're
go.
from and confuse the shit out
Yeah,
of people.
just have a UN, model
Yeah,
UN.
but here's the thing. That shit works, and the kids don't know the difference. Because I saw a family like that in Austin, Texas once. I was walking down by Lake Austin, and there was like a family like that. And the kids didn't know the difference. They were just like, hey, Mom, Dad. They were
Yeah,
just
of
having,
course.
I was like, I fucking want that. That's amazing.
That's great.
I can beat fucking
Yeah.
Daddy Warbucks or whatever.
Yeah.
That sounds weird. I don't want to fuck the orphans. I'm just saying I want to.
I don't think that's what happened to Nanny.
That's
Good.
not what happened in Annie.
Yeah.
Okay, clearly I watched a
You've-
different Annie.
Did you see some
I think
porn
it was a
parody?
porn parody.
You
Which,
got
by
it.
the way, we love our porn parody.
Oh my gosh. Unbelievable.
Porn parody is, you're missing out.
Yeah.
There are some great.
Oh.
What's
and,
the one we watched about? Was it Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah, it was a musical.
Oh,
Alice
wow.
in Wonderland, the musical porn.
From like the 70s?
Wow.
There
It
there
be.
are choreographed dances.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
There is very little sex.
That's the fun part.
There you
It
go.
just seemed like there was
The gateway.
Yeah, a composer just wanted to get his work out
Yeah.
there. And
How can I?
Yeah. Oh, but
Interesting.
Going back about the eunuch stuff, so since Nick put his full name
Yeah.
on there,
Yeah.
Googled him,
Yep.
found YouTube videos, his website, first sentences,
Yeah.
Nick's born a eunuch,
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and he had his video up with that bit
Right.
that he did explaining about being a eunuch. So of course, I was also Googling, eunuch things.
Yeah.
He explained a lot of it, but since he did that set, he perfected it and
Yeah.
answered all the questions people had.
Right.
So before our first official date, I knew about it.
Oh, gotcha.
And
Yeah.
I was completely okay with it.
Yeah.
Nick talks about it. I have PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Uh-huh.
It's very, very common in females, but we have a lot of weird symptoms that our periods are weird, and we're more prone to depression, more prone to our weight fluctuating up and down.
Yeah.
Having facial hair at random places. So I could probably grow a beard faster and thicker than Nick.
Oh,
I think
she
it's
can't.
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah. That's great.
So
We
he'll-
shave our beards together.
Yeah,
She uses my razor.
yeah, it's completely true.
Oh,
But one
it's
of the
adorable.
symptoms is difficulty of pregnancy. Now I don't know if that means difficulty of conceiving or carrying.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. So
Yeah.
there is also
Or
a
both.
high chance that I can't get pregnant. to begin
Interesting.
with.
Yeah.
So even though I really
Match made in heaven.
yeah, so I do want to be a
That's
mom,
how good
you
OK
know?
Cupid is.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
like heaven.
OK Cupid's algorithm are so good. They
That
can
is
look
amazing.
at people's pictures and go,
Ah.
these people are infertile. Let's put them
Here's your
together.
health history.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's so fun.
But we've talked about adopting kids
Yeah.
down the road and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
we first want to get a dog.
Okay. Yeah.
Dog
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
And
International children later.
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
But I think
Very
it'd be,
good.
It'd be fun because we both have such crazy interests, and we can have them. We could have a family band. Even if, even if they're
Absolutely.
not musically talented, they could help out in some way.
Yeah.
I'm
Of course.
For that. But yeah, that'd be cool. Down the road, the idea is we're gonna be doing comedy shows and traveling around and stuff as a family, like how Jim Gaffigan does with his family.
Yeah.
Is kind of the goal, and getting to write stuff with him is fun. We've been really busy lately, so we haven't really.
Yeah, you guys have been moving and.
Yeah.
But like sometimes we'll make up stuff on the piano. We want to do more of that. And And I really listen to his sets. I challenge him every week actually to come up with new material. Talk about something different, because from there he's gonna end up having solids, bits and everything like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I knew about the eunuch stuff early, and I told my parents early too.
Oh, that's great. So it's all out there.
How early?
Yeah.
Before we first met, that'd be funny. Hey, I'm gonna go meet up with this guy. He's got no balls.
Yeah.
Hope it works out.
Yeah. But like
speaking in code or.
But the funny thing is, not that he's putting pictures of himself down there, but you wouldn't.
Not yet.
I mean.
But you wouldn't notice anything's like.
Yeah.
It's not like weird. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just how I am.
Yeah. It's just
And we love you for it.
Yeah. I'm 33% man.
But yeah, so I knew that.
Excellent.
I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah. Well, very fun. Well, thank you so much for both allowing me into your home. It is a beautiful home.
Thank you.
Very exciting. You guys are having a housewarming party so soon.
Are you coming?
I'm going to try to make it.
No.
I'm going to make it.
Okay.
I'm going to be there. October 19th. I'm going to be there.
Maybe means no.
I'm going to be there.
If you put out a Facebook invitation, somebody says maybe, that's a no. There's no. It's like when your
that's
parents
true.
say maybe. It's no.
I put it in my calendar. No. It's in.
But why
I'm
do
coming.
why do people respond maybe? Just fucking say no.
I mean,
it's
because
okay.
they might come.
You may have something to do. We'll say you're not coming, and then write a comment.
Surprise.
I think they should change it. Either you're yes or you're no.
Yeah.
And you say no, but hey, I might be able to stop by, but 60-40.
That's maybe.
No.
That's what the maybe
No,
is.
you're a lawyer. 60-40. It's in the favor. It's much more likely to be no than yes.
Why would you say you're a lawyer and then give me a math problem?
Because you don't ever weight your choices or weight your like.
Of course. We all do this.
We all do
all the time.
All of us.
We make perfect decisions. I'm gonna be there. I'm so excited. Anything you guys want to plug? Gigglebash every Thursday.
Every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. ACME Comedy Theater. Email.
One time.
Email one time. You know who you are.
And then wait.
It's gigglebashcomedy@gmail.com is the email, and then we're all over the place. I mean, you see our name if you're an LA comic. But we love new faces, and we're working on. I have been writing a piece of software for like a year to run the show, like to help book the show. There's so many comics, and we're like right there on finishing it. We're so close.
That's great.
And we were actually working on it before you came over, and we have all of our shows. We're putting all of our previous shows into it. So we have like a history.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm having my
hiccups. Okay, I thought you were having a heart attack. We don't know. We had a lot of health issues.
Oh my gosh.
But anyhow, once we have that, it should help us, manage the insane number of comics who are reaching out, because we're gonna have to get to a point, honestly, where we're booking the show 4 or 5 months out.
Yeah.
In order to keep up with all the demand.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's nuts.
It's a good show. That's why.
Yeah, it's a good show.
It's just a good show. Excellent.
Along.
Well, if you're in the LA area, hit it up every Thursday.
Every Thursday.
Anything else you guys want to plug? All right. Sweet. Well, thanks for tuning in. Like us on all the podcast things that you have. Rate us highly if you care. And peace. Bye.